What's up guys, Sekapoko here, bringing you another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. For this we're doing my multiple team compilation guide for Colosseum Burgess. Now he is awesome and we got some fun teams today, so I really hope you guys enjoy the team. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. P.S. Yes, I did get a haircut. Let's talk about a little bit about Burgess and why he's awesome. First off, there aren't any stats currently in the database on Burgess, but we do know he maxes out at a decent chunk of attack. It was like 1500 or something like that, and he has like 3k HP or something. Sounds about right. I evolved my Burgess and I got him to like around level 80. He's around 3200 HP around level 80, so he probably gets around 4k HP all maxed out. So he's a very sizable pool of HP. Has 4 combo hits and a very low amount of recovery. Now he does max out with 4 sockets initially, and that part is kind of annoying, but it's okay, I guess. Now his captain ability is going to be boosting the attack of fighter characters by 2.5 at the start of the chain, and by 3.75 after scoring 4 perfects in a row. So he's actually a very strong free-to-play captain. That means that your last 2 hits are at a 3.75 multiplier. It's a little bit better than Silaha was. So getting a 2.5 on the first 4 hits is kind of weak, but those last 2 hits are going to be absolutely monstrous, so that is really great. So a chain booster on a Burgess team would be ideal, not a chain locker. So if you do have a chain booster that you want to use to this character, that would be really good as well. Now, the special ability of this Burgess is going to be cuts the HP of each enemy by 20%, so it's a full room HP cut, which is very good, and then boosts the attack of fighter characters by 1.75 for a variable amount of turns. Now this is actually equal to the amount of enemies that are on the stage when you pop the special. So if there were 5 enemies on the stage, it would be a 5-turn special. If there was 4 enemies, 4-turn special, 3 turns, etc. 6 turns would be the maximum you can get on any of these. It's going to max out at 14 turns. Overall, a definite awesome unit to farm. I don't know if it's going to be a must farm, but he's going to be boosted in the next treasure mode that's coming out for treasure mode Kizaru. So I'm definitely going to be farming him, and he's a very fun character to use. But we do have some fun teams today, so I did burn through a couple different teams. I didn't get really crazy this time around because I didn't have a ton of time and I'm really burned out today. So I put together about 5 different teams, and I hope you guys enjoy the team compilation. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into teams. The first team we're running today is going to be a judge team with the full German squad minus Yonji, and we're going to be using the deck Shirahoshi. Now this team kind of revolves around the Shirahoshi because what she does is a 2-turn defense downward bruiser, and this is actually a very tough boss overall. So this Colosseum is very difficult. I'd say it's one of the most difficult Colosseums in the entire game, probably on the same difficulty level as Colosseum Pedro. Very difficult Colosseum. So on turn 1, you're forced to install. Turn 2 and turn 3 you can install. Sorry, turn 2 you can install. Turn 3, if your team is not strong enough, you will be stalling. The turtle does give you enough stalling on this, and stage 2 does have some variability on what the stage can actually hold. Turn 3 with Bartolomeo. Bartolomeo is going to have about 980,000 HP. He's going to attack for about 5,600 every turn, and he's going to have a preemptive that can put a 3-turn defense up barrier. Now this defense up is actually pretty moderately high, so it's higher than a princess turtle, I would say. And well, about the same as a princess turtle. So you do get kind of screwed over. It's really hard to actually do damage to Diamante. You can see here with full judge and using type advantage with the ores. I'm not with the Beiju. I actually only get about 560,000 damage total off on this judge team. So there is a sizable amount of armor that you're getting from this defense up of. And then on turn 3, we're going to see a damage reduction on the Barto, as well as a 5-turn enrage. The damage reduction is pretty hefty. I'd say it's about a 90% damage reduction. So you are going to see a big damage cut here. So you can see as we did a lot less damage than we're going to see normally. Then on stage 4, we're going to have Diamante, who's going to about 3.8 million. And with the judge special, as well as the full German squad, you should have enough damage to kill him. He has about 3.8 million HP, so you definitely want to have candies on all your characters there in order to kill him with this team on the first turn. Once we get to, he's going to give you a 20% HP cut. Also limit your special to 2 specials per turn every single turn, and HP cut you every single turn at the end of the turn. And on turn 1, he's actually going to paralyze your top row for 3 turns. For the Burgess stage, what we're going to see is you're going to actually be going in on Burgess. He's going to have about 5.5 million HP. On turn 1, he's going to have a miniature, so preemptively, he's going to have a miniature orb boost, about a 1.1 times orb boost. Give resilience to your entire, have resilience up, so you can't kill him for the first turn. He's going to have a 10 turn delay immunity, 99 turn 2 hit great barrier, and swap all of your orbs to block and bomb. On turn 1, he's going to remove all positive buffs from you, as well as give you a 2 turn attack down. On turn 2, he's going to bind 2 random sailors for 5 turns, as well as enrage for 5 turns, and attack for about, instead of 25,000, I think it's about 27,000, 29,000, somewhere in there. And then on turn 3, he's going to do a 50,000 hit. I thought it was a 50k HP cut, but it's actually a 50,000 hit, so it's pretty tough. So after that, he's totally fine, and you shouldn't really have any problems with him. You can actually take as long as you want after that point. So this is the team I used in order to beat him. The next team we're running today is going to be a Lucy and Blackbeard team, and this is actually the first team I beat him with the night, and I was actually testing out a lot of stuff after this Colosseum. But it's definitely an okay team. It's not like my favorite team in the world, but it is fairly consistent. So the team kind of revolves around just waiting out on the Barto stage here until he does have the damage percent damage cut versus the actual damage cut. And then here on the next stage, unfortunately, we got some bad orbs. We had 4 mismatching orbs, which is really unfortunate, and didn't have enough damage to kill Diamante right away, which is, you know, not what I wanted, but, you know, it's okay. Then I just waited out on 1 turn until we got a quick orb on either the Law or the Kuzan, and then I went in. So since we have 1 orb here, I go ahead and went in with a Kuzan special, and I was able to just use 2 turns to fully go in on the Diamante. So if I attacked in a little bit better of order there, we would have been okay. But, you know, you should be able, if you do have orbs on either your Law or Kuzan, you should be able to kill him turn 1. And then on Burgess, what I did here is a 50% HP cut right away, and I popped my Lucy special in order to get an attack boost next turn, so I hit 4 perfects right away. And then I go ahead and just chill out for 1 turn, and then use my Colosseum Lucy special to get orbs, and use Enel in order to get the get rid of the attack down. Now you really only need about 2 orbs here in order to succeed, so you should be perfectly fine as long as you have 2 orbs that are not block orbs here. But that's how I did the run, and you can reset if you need to. And the next team we're running today is going to be a V2 Fuji team, and this team is really, really cool. I like this team a lot. Unfortunately, it installed a long time before the V2 Fuji special, as well as the Orb special and everything, get everything up, but it totally is worth it in the end. So this team kind of revolves around you stalling out for the correct specials, and unfortunately, I kind of like messed up on the turtle and didn't stall enough, and that's why I had to spend some extra turns here to get it installed. So what I did right away on the Fuji team right here is I went in on this Bartolomeo, did as much damage as I could to get him down, and I really wasn't sure, like this is the second team I was running tonight, how long it would take me to kill him. So I took my time and was like, you know what, I'm just gonna be nice here and not gonna go crazy. But like if you want to do a little bit more damage here, Barto does not have any percentage based abilities, so you can just go in all as much as you want. Now, what we're going to see here on turn 4 here is I'm actually going to be popping 2 different specials in order. So what I'm first going to do is I'm going to pop my Cavendish special on turn 1. And then on turn 2, I'm going to pop Fuji and Ors. So what I want to do is make sure that I don't get this dude too low. So I make sure that I keep him above about 60% here. So I will have just enough HP to do everything. So when I pop my Fuji special here on turn 2, he's about just below 40% HP. And then I pop an HP cut after that with Ors. So he's about 35, 40% HP. And you can see hitting all my perfects. I hit about 4 million overkill. You just have to hit about 2.5 million overkill. So as long as he's around 50% HP when you're doing your burst, you should be fine. But you just don't want to do too much damage here. And then I pop my V2 Doffy special and insta-give him with Law V2 Doffy. The next team of the day is going to be a Nekomamushi team, surprisingly enough, and we're doing this with Double Neko, V2 Law, as well as Raid Bartolomeo, who's kind of an MVP for this raid, as well as the Boa Sisters. And this team kind of revolves around Barto and using him properly, but also having to use some resets. So on turn 3 is probably the most problematic of any of the stages, because what happens is you have to actually go through it, and you don't get orbs for a lot of it, and the damage actually makes it so your team is low damage, so it's actually kind of frustrating. but you blow through it as best you can. Take your time as long as it takes, just to get all the way through it. And the team is kind of a barely clear team, which is annoying as well. So right away, what we're here is pop the Neko special on Diamante, and then we're gonna go ahead and pop the V2 Law special and go all in on the Diamante. Now, if you do get a non-matching orb on your Law, you will not be able to one-turn him, and this will be much more difficult. However, if you do get a matching orb or any other orb on him, it'd be totally fine. On turn 1, you're just gonna stall out a little bit. Turn 2, what you're gonna do is pop the Going Luffy Senpai in order to survive the first hit, and then just do as much damage as you can over the next couple turns. You could pop a Neko special on turn 3 here if you want to. Totally fine. You actually have to reset a bunch to make sure that your Barto does not get bound here. If he does get bound, then you're screwed. If he doesn't get bound, you're totally fine. So, and then on turn 3, you pop your Barto special in order to reduce damage and have a damage cap limit here, and of course, and not take any damage for the death hits you're going to be taking here on that 50k hit you have to take. You can pop, if you do want to right here, you can pop a Neko special in order to do a little bit extra damage here. Totally fine. Completely up to you. You can pop it on this turn as well. You have 2 turns to screw around here with the Barto, so completely fine to do it. I just didn't because I thought it would be totally fine, and I was actually curious to see how much the team would do in damage. But after that, since we're on turn 4, we're basically going to be popping our Boa Sisters here in order to go in. And since the Striker team is kind of safe here, this is actually probably the safest team I can make today. Because besides having the Law was probably the scariest part, making sure you have an orb on Law when you go in the final room. But you do have more than enough damage to kill the Burgess, so it works out. And the final, as well as the most sketch of any of the teams today, is going to be a V2 Doffy team. I don't recommend this team. After I ran it, I was like, this is really sketch. I'm not really a fan, but you know, it was actually somebody in chat that said they had a very similar team to doing this team, and they said it worked, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. And after I tried it, I was like, oh my god, this is so sketch. So I didn't know before that it was sketch. But the nice thing is that if you do get an orb on a Kobe here, you're able to actually 2-turn the Barto without using any specials, which is really cool. And then I actually popped the treble special, hoping that I would be able to kill him, Diamante, but I was like, nah, I'm not even close enough damage. It probably isn't that sketch, but it just feels like it's a little sketch. I actually get very, very low here, and I wasn't expecting to get so low, but I guess it works out. You can see that here I'm at about 13,000 HP, and going into this next room here, boom, doing damage. And then when we get in the room with Burgess here, turn 1, we are basically just going to be getting rid of these block orbs, as well as doing a little bit of damage. So just do a little bit here. Turn 2, what you're going to be doing is, since your HP is probably going to be low here, it's going to be popping the Barto special. It's going to give you the 50% HP cut, but you're not going to get rid of the Enrage, which is kind of the problem I had with this team, but I guess it does work out. So we're going to go ahead and go in here, and you can see I'm going to have about 38,000 HP, and we're going to take 1 hit here, which is about 36,000, and then, or 3,600, and then we're going to hit twice on this turn here. So there's the first hit and then the second hit, and then you can pop a Sugar special on this turn here, or a Kobe special, depending on what you have up. And then and then you take that extra hit, and then now you have to kind of RNG your orbs a little bit, but Sugar does swap some orbs, so you should be okay. And then we were able to just go in, bam, bam, wham, bam, thank you, bam, and you're all done. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for my multiple team compilation guide for Colosseum Burgess, round 1 at least. I'll probably do some more at a later date. But my name's Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you smack the like button down below, as well as the subscribe button above or below. And if you do want to get notifications on all my videos, make sure you hit the bell notification right next to it to get notifications every time I drop a video. If you want to check out the last couple videos, they're right over there, so please go ahead and check those out. And you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.